or get ready for the day routine, where we just do kind of a head to toe, get your body moving, get it warmed up, get it a little more awake and alive to face the rest of your day. And so we have a beginner one, which starts on about 6 o'clock, and right after that, we're going to jump into the intermediate routine, which is similar, but for if you've been doing this kind of thing before, if you're a little more bendy, that next one's for you. If you've never done it before, this is the place to be. And as per request, after the intermediate today, we are going to be doing chair routine. So again, similar, we're going to try and warm up our entire body, but this time from a sitting position and clarify. So we will be soon starting our next choreography workshop, and we're going to tell you the song probably on Wednesday, or we'll write it on the page so you know what it is. So looking forward to that. I love doing that. So I'm excited. All right, clarifies. Placing your feet on the ground and gluing them there so you can feel your entire foot. So you're feeling not just the way you usually stand, high ribbon, but you also feel like the middle of your toes, the balls of your feet, inside and outside, your arch, the outside of your foot, your heel, like it's glued, like it's pressing into the ground, and roots are going into the ground from your foot. And let's just breathe in and out a couple of times to get some oxygen in, loosen up our muscles and our fascia, so in through your nose. And blowing out through your mouth, breathing in through your nose. Bringing in the new stuff, exhaling the old stuff. And let's start today by kind of bending our knees a little bit. We call loosening them, meaning it's not really a true knee bend. We're just taking them from a straight position and letting them just relax a little and coming back up again. And just get them moving. Later on we'll be doing true knee bends, but this is just mobilizing our knees and our legs too at the same time. And coming up again. And going down just a little bit again to that loosened position, but this time I want you to engage your legs a little bit. And we're going to start to roll forward. And forward just a little bit. And back. And back. And we're going to do the same thing. We're going to start to roll forward. A little looseness in your knees. And very slow. Like you're curling up like a snail. Bring it back here as you stop. And here we just see if you can feel those shoulder blades where they are. You don't have to move them. You don't have to wiggle them like I'm doing. I'm just trying to show where they are. You can maybe, it's hard to reach. Put your hand in them, but just let you feel where they are and see if you can make any movement in there. Hi, Sean. Good morning, Sean. And coming back up again. Let's do that one more. I like to do it twice. Pulling down again and trying to feel the location of your shoulder blades where they are here. And coming back up. And then we're going to get our shoulders to lift, back down, and a lift, and back down, lift, and back down, and a lift, and back down, and yes, right to the top of your neck. Coming back to neutral, and shaking your head no. This next one, if you have any neck issues, I want you to skip it. What if you don't? We're just going to do a little tilt of our head to the side, like our ears, pointing toward our shoulder and back. And again, this is right at the top of your neck, so where your, anyway, to demonstrate it, so where your head is sitting on your neck. So it's not your neck bending around, it's just your head, like a bobblehead going from side to side. One ear from the other, one ear from the other. And coming back to neutral, and looking right, and holding it, and looking left, our shoulders. So let's start with the front, and two, shoulder rolls to the front, then we're going to do two to the back, remembering to pull your chest up to the sky like a string is pulling your chest up with that. And as you go by your day flare flash, remember every time you think of it, just every so often, pull those shoulders back, pull your chest up to the sky, and start to get that muscle memory going in there. So we are going to give a little tilt to our shoulders now. And this movement is happening right at the top of the body. The rest is still planted, feet are glued on the ground. And then coming down our arms, lower arms, bending and straightening. And our wrists going side to side, flapping up and down. And yesterday we did kind of an assisted hand, figure at a time. So we're going to take one hand to the other and help ourselves with the other hand. We're going to thumb and pinky and middle and ring. I can put that wasn't pinky at all. I put the pinky somewhere in the middle. It's not. Thumb, index, middle, ring, pinky. Now we're going to reverse it, going the other way. Pinky, ring, middle, index, thumb. One last one on this hand. Pinky, ring, middle, index, thumb. And while we're here, now this is way in the future, but as you know, I like to start prepping now for what we're going to do. I want you to take that hand again and try and push your middle finger inwards. Thanks, Tommy. And you may not be able to feel it independently at first. That's why we're using our other hand. You're going to try and separate that middle finger and bring it towards the palm. But keeping it more or less straight. You can bend a little, but I want you to just feel that separation. And we're going to be working more on that as we progress. Why is that? For those of you who at some point want to lead a dance, that is to say we have a pair and we have a lead and a follow. So the lead is the one who kind of makes up the steps, and the follower's job is to kind of read his mind, but he's giving, or she or they, whatever, are giving signals so that you know what to do. So it's like a language. And the way we like to lead is with his fingers, so that's why we're starting it now, because it's not always easy to just jump in and do these things. All right, so we're going to the other hand now. And we're going to do thumb, index, middle, ring, pinky, and thumb, index, middle, ring, pinky, and we reverse it, and pinky, ring, middle, index, thumb, and pinky, ring, middle, index, and thumb. Okay, so just be taking that middle finger and with a little help from other hands, separating it from the rest of our fingers in the direction of our palm. Today I just want you to feel it. Just feel where it is and having that kind of assisted separation. Because that's what you're going to be using to lead your partner. You're doing all kinds of things, and it makes it really easy for the lead to follow and very flexible. So, all right, so fingers and toes if you can. We're going to clench them and then separate them. Clench them and separate them like you are a flying squirrel. I saw a video about that the other day. As they go from tree to tree, it's so cool. So catch your hands and toes if you can, and fanning them out like a fan or wings or frog feet. And give it a little shake. Coming back down to your side. Now let's remember our exercise with the elbows. So we're gonna think of our arms as having no bones. They're just like spaghetti. And the only thing that we're gonna move is our elbows. So we're just gonna try and keep our arm relaxed. And the only thing working is our elbows. That's when we can move. We're trying to lift our elbows up without putting any energy in the rest of our arms. This is also something we're going to use later on. So dance is something that needs lots and lots of repetition. You have to prepare yourself. You have to know the movements well enough so they're in your muscle memory. You don't have to think about them when you're out on the floor or performing. Or even in class, because there's so many things to think about that you can't do them all at the same time. So you want to get a little muscle memory, and then you can move on to a different part. And I like to break movements down so that it makes them easier to learn. All right, now arms are going up, and arms are going down, and then arms are moving up to the front, and down, to the side, and down, to the front, and down, to the side, and down. Let's do 2 more of each. Down, side, and forward, and side, and forward. All right, flare flies. So that's new stuff today. So I'm gonna ask to swing your arms to the back, and let them come forward, and swing them to the back, and forward, and swing to the back. Now what I want you to do here is stay straight. So the only thing working here is your arms. You're swinging behind you, coming back. And swing behind you, and coming back, however far that may be. Hello everyone, welcome. Welcome, this is the get ready for the day routine. This is the beginner one, where even if you've never done anything like this before, you haven't for a while, or you're coming back from an injury, it's a good place to be. So what we're doing here is just feeling the position that eventually we'll use for our arms. This is dancing channel, so again we're gonna dance. Everybody can do it. You already know the steps, I promise you. So let's move on to, I think we're about ready to start our knees and our crunches and all that. So standing again with you want to give yourself a nice sturdy base, but when you bend your knees, you want your knees to go over your toes. So what we're going to do is we're going to kind of tense our legs, we're going to tighten them up, and then we're going to start to bend them, and we're going to send our knees right over our toes. And this is just kind of a small knee bend. This is a halfway one. It's not our full knee bend. And when we want to come up, we're going to press into the ground like we're pushing it away from us, and come back up to the top. And then we're going to tighten our legs again, feeling engaged. And the knees are going over the toes. And then pushing to the ground to come back up. Tightening your legs, knees going over your toes. Pushing into the ground to come back. Tightening your legs, knees going over your toes. And pushing the ground to come back up. And you can loosen them a little or keep them straight. I'm not bothered, but what we're going to do is bend forward like we have a ground. And then as we come up, we want to feel like something is lengthening inside and straightening, making us taller and taller and taller. And then we repeat. So that was 1. And 2, lengthening as we come up. And 3, tighten our middles, lengthening as we come up. And 4, coming up, lengthening. And 5. And 6, coming up, lengthening. Halfway there, flare flies. We're working up to this one. And 7, coming tall. And 8. And 9. Don't forget to stretch it out, make it long. And 10. And 2 more. We are almost there. The first set, yay. And 11, lengthening. And very last one for this set, 12. Good job, there flies. Okay, if you have just started this, then start with a lower number. This is, a lot of us have been doing this for a while. That's why we're we're doing 3 sets of 12, but you want to make your goals realistic. You don't want to go crazy and then, your body's in such pain you can't do anything. So we like to have a slow build, and remember, it's not always going to be linear. You're going to have your ups and downs, good days and bad days. So just leaning back, look at the sky, and coming. So it's like our whole body's leaning back, not our heads or our necks. And what we're doing is we're just kind of listening that area that we just worked with. Letting relax, stretching it out. So it's not super tight. Alright, giving our legs a little shake. And then we're going to be going from side to side. And this is just our upper body. We're going to be doing a bigger bend. Not quite yet. Just start with little bends. And coming back up to the middle. And here, if you have something to hang onto, it would be a very good thing to have that little more stability. So we're going to move our weight forward so it's on our front leg. And we're actually going to stretch our back leg by sitting on our front leg. And I'm hanging onto an imaginary chair. For those of you just joining, after our intermediate, get ready for the day routine, which is right after that. We are going to be doing a chair. Get ready for the day routine. So if you want to join us for that, we are so happy to see you wherever it is. So pressing the ground, come back up. This is what we do every time because our feet carry us throughout the day. We want to make sure that they are ready to go. So our weight is in the middle. I'm going to bend both knees. Remember, as you bend your knees, that they are going with your toes. Don't you feel a different stretch in your back leg? I like to go gently up and down for this one. Remember, your knees are over your toes. And pushing the ground to come back up. And we're going to change. Still hanging on here. And moving our weight over the front leg. And give that a stretch. And then we're going to push down into the ground. Now it's going to come to the middle. And we're going to be bending our knees. Remember, the knees are going right over your feet. And a little stretch in a different area this time. I feel way down on my Achilles. Pressing into the ground to come back up. Alright, so let's do second set. And I'm going to count. And we count down again this time. So we're going to start with 12. So tightening like you've got a cramp and then lengthening up. 12. And 11. And 10 lengthening. And 9 lengthening. And 8 lengthening. And 7. And 6 lengthening each time. And 5. And 4. And 3. And 2. Don't forget to lengthen. And 1. Is that done? And moving back to the sky and coming back. We're trying to relax. One part that just works. Relax and come back. 5, like you're exulting to look up at the sky. But not with your head, it's with your body. And there, there. Okay, so while we've got our chair, our imaginary chair here, or our wall, counter, whatever it is that you've got nearby, and we're going to put one foot out, and so we're going to shift our weight to 1 foot, and what we're doing is we're putting all of our weight onto one leg, which we'll call our sporting leg. The other is going to be what we call our working leg. So we're going to tap our foot from side to side. So a little bit in, a little bit out, a little bit in, a little bit out. is for your ankle to work and not your whole leg. So what you're trying to, it can be a teeny tiny movement, it doesn't have to move much. I want you to feel that the movement is being driven by your ankle. Side to side. And then we're going to come back here. We're going to put both hands on our, whatever we're holding onto. And again, we're going to shift our weight so it's all over one leg. And the leg that we have that's free, that doesn't have our weight on it, we're going to lift it to the balls of our feet and come back down. Balls of your feet, come back down. Balls of your feet, down. Balls of your feet, come back down. Balls of your feet, come back down. Balls of your feet, come back down. Good job there, applies. So we are moving towards the other foot, meaning I'm just going to switch my imaginary chair over to here. So we are shifting our weight over onto the other leg. This one then has freedom of movement because the one leg is bearing all our weight. And we're going to take our foot. Remember that it's the ankle that is moving your foot. And we're just tap it from side to side. Even if it's just a teeny tiny bit, try and make that ankle work. Try and warm it up. Get it moving from side to side. Our feet are something that are often neglected, so something that we want to think about because they do a lot of work for us. Okay, and the same thing, we're going to shift our weight onto that foot. And so this leg is free, and we're going to be moving it up and down. So we're going to be going to our tippy toe and back down again. And this is kind of a relaxing movement. We're just getting it going. Feeling where it is. Getting it warm so that we don't have injuries during the day. It's easy even when you think you're not doing anything in particular. Ankles are sensitive. All right, flare flies. So let us move into, let's do our last set of fractions. And then we can draw our big knee bends and we're almost through. So hang in there, flare flies. So we're going to go up and then we're going to go down. So we're going to start with our, I like we got grab and lengthen it, come up. That's 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5. Lengthening each time to come up. And 6, and 7, and 8, and hi Giselle, and 9, and 10, and 11, and 12. I forgot to count them down, but we're through for today. Alright, chop flare flies, leaning back to look at the sky, coming back. Leaning back to the sky, leaning back to look up at the sky, and back, and let's stay here. Let's do our big knee bends, and then a little stretch. So again, we're gonna tighten our legs. We're gonna engage them, and we're gonna send our knees over our toes. And this time, I want you to bend as much as you can bend. And then pressing into the ground to come back up. Feel like you're pushing the ground away from yourself instead of the other way around. Tighten your legs, sending your knees over your toes, and pushing into the ground, pushing the ground away. Even though it's heavy, you can push the whole world away with your feet. You're taking off. So, tighten your legs, knees over your toes, and pushing the ground away. And this time we're going to stay down, so tighten your legs, knees over your toes, in here, and bend forward. And we're going to straighten our legs a little, and come back, and then we're going to let go, and then we're going to count to 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and inhale. it's just a quarter of a centimeter, even an eighth of a centimeter. It's okay. Just a tiny bit. 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhaling. And with that exhale, continue to go lower. And last one. 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhaling. And exhaling down. And letting it in there. Almost done, almost done. And coming back up. Yay. Did it. Alright. So a little bit of a bigger side bend. And coming back up. Bigger side bend. And coming back up. Bigger side bend. And back up. And bigger side bend. And back up. Okay. So let's do today. I know we're doing a lot of kind of different things today. So let's do our exercise where we've got one foot in front of the other. So we've got a very, very sturdy base here. And we're just going to send our knees over our toes. As we do this, we're going to start to reach toward the ground and let our shoulders sink down. I think we're picking something off of the floor. And pushing to the ground to come back up again. And bending both knees. And grab something off the floor. To come back up again, let's switch legs. I'm running way over. Gravity tells me so. Nice sturdy base. Knees going over your toes and letting that shoulder sink forward. Grab something off the floor. Pushing the ground to come back up. And legs tightening, moving the shoulder forward. Facing the floor. And come back up. Okay, Butterfly. So we have come to the dancing part of our program. Don't shut it off. You know this dance. It's right, left, right, left, right, left, right, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left. Just like you're walking. It's just stepping in place. It's called merengue. It's Latin dance. It's super popular. People love it. You can do it with a partner. You can do it solo. You can do it on your own. So we've been doing various things as we keep our feet moving. Important thing is to keep our feet moving. We've been doing some arm movements, but what I want to do today is, so I've slowed the music way down, and we're going to be working, we're slowly also working on our technique so we can not only do our stepping, but we can come to the floor and look really cool doing it. So we work a lot with shifting our weight, being conscious of, hi Patrick, hi. Being conscious of where our weight is, right? On which foot. So we very often shift it back and forth, and that's what I want us to do today. It's very slow merengue. We're not going to do arms today. We're not going to do any of that stuff. We're just going to be shifting our weight from foot to foot. So if you remember our zombie walks, we're going to be shifting our weight and shifting weight. Maybe feel like you're climbing up a mountain, like going forwards. Maybe that's a way to think of it, but we don't want to bend over. We want to keep it straight. And we want a very slight shift as we step on each foot. So it's like you're stomping on something and stomping on something. Stomping and stomping and just feeling your weight go back and forth as you're stepping. Thanks, Sean. So we're just going from side to side, and that's going to be our whole merengue today because this is a part of the whole. This is a breakdown of that movement that you eventually want to have. So let's just do that, and if we're feeling really good about that, maybe we can add a few arms in too, or a little kind of rotation. Let's see how it goes. As you step up, just keep it going. If you ever do this, make it a little smaller, but I want you to feel that weight going back and forth. So you're not in the middle. You're body is going onto the foot that you're stepping on. So if I were doing this walking, I'd be or we're just doing the place today. Hi, Roger. Are you doing okay with this? Let's rotate slowly in place. Great job today. So happy to see you here. We are here every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. We're going to jump right back on for the intermediate, get ready for the day routine. And today, we're going to jump back on again after that for a little chair routine. Also, get ready for the day routine with similar movements, but in sitting position. So if you want to join us for that, we are happy to see you in either one of those or in both. So butterflies, stay tuned. Going to be announcing the choreography, the music for the choreography this week. Shaw, thanks. And I think you're going to like it. And so we're going to start our next workshop. We're going to break it down into 4 or 5 sections, but it'll be pre-recorded. And so we'll learn the dance bit by bit, and then we'll break it down and add some nuances, a little style, and then we'll do a little pretend performance in the very last one. So my butterflies, I wish you a wonderful Monday.